whatever.
Pumpkin roll.
Yeah, she made that pumpkin thing or whatever, and I was making like the dough, and I got some on my finger, and when you're cooking, you like just. I did that, and I about puked in it.
I'll eat the shit.
I
out
don't
of
like
pumpkin
anything
rolls.
from Angry Orchard. I never liked that hard cider beer or whatever it is. I never liked it.
Been a long time since I've had it.
Me, it's too sweet.
Yeah, it's just too much.
The old house, when we were living at the old house. It's the last time.
I can't
I remember
handle-
you drank like 1.5, you started getting a headache.
Yeah, I can't handle sweet and alcohol together. It makes me sick.
Too much fucking sugar.
Yeah, like what was it that grandfather's Dew or whatever, Mountain Dew.
Oh, yeah, not
Oh,
your grandfather.
not your grandfather's root beer. is what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
that stuff
They
was
also
too
did
much.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, they did
and,
Mountain Dew one too.
Oh, did
And I drank that, and oh boy, did I!
I like
have a
that
headache.
root beer.
Do you? Yeah.
I like A&W.
Yeah, A&W's not bad.
Barks is pretty good too.
Marks is pretty good. So is Mug. I like root beer.
Yeah.
Root beer is just good.
Yeah.
It's okay.
If you drink a root beer and it gives you like that taste of like, wow, this reminds me so much of a root beer float, then it's a good fucking root beer.
I like root beer floats. I don't know, like root beer makes my stomach feel funny, like it's too much or something. Too
Too much
rich.
dark pop.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I should have bought some ice cream.
For your beer?
No, because we got A&W at the house. And I should have bought some vanilla ice cream. Have some root beer floats.
Root beer floats are very underappreciated these days.
I agree.
I don't think anybody ever like just makes root beer floats anymore.
He used to when the kids were little.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I was young, we drank the fuck out of them.
Yeah, when the kids were little, he made them all the time
Yeah.
for him.
It was like the equivalent of like a milkshake. Like, it was like a good drink.
Yeah,
for
oh, for
kids.
sure. Yeah, definitely.
So, it's good stuff.
They need to start having those like soda pop fountains again, and then people would get back into it. I think.
No, we need. I'm telling you, man. I think that chocolate Crown Royal would be really good with like some ice cream and a root beer.
Oh, I bet.
That'd be
You should
fucking
try
good.
it sometime.
I'd be on the ground having a seizure probably.
Diabetic. Need a shot.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Speaking of which.
I had to. I had to.
All right.
I had no idea what I was doing when I started to put that together, but at the end
you're
of it, I was like,
there it is.
there it is.
It all comes full circle. If you're wondering, we're referring to the movie this week. Yeah. Anyway, welcome back. Don't forget about some socials. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Give us some comments and I don't know, man. Like, give us suggestions on what you might want to see in the box,
There you go.
or anything like that, or dicks in the box.
It's my dick in a box.
I mean, what's in the box? My dicks.
Nah, that would be funny. You just take like that dick pasta or whatever.
Yeah.
Just dump a bunch of it in there so that when you go grab it.
That could be funny as a joke. Like every now and then you get dick.
Just like a little
Right.
just drop a bunch of little small tiny dicks in there.
You'd feel them though, then you'd know.
Yeah.
It has to just be it.
No, we ought to just have a bunch of like the little papers that we have with the movies on them.
You just come in the
Only a
shapes
bunch of
dicks.
them like that. Only on it says you're gay.
But it would only be me.
Yeah.
I don't care. You can call me gay if you want to.
No, you'd be like, you just look at somebody like you're gay.
Also, it's something for me to
Yeah,
be
you
able to
could.
call
Yeah.
someone gay. Is
Yeah, I
that what it
guess.
is? No, I feel like the dick one's better. You just pull out like a one that says dick on it.
We ought to just start doing it to where it's a movie quote from the movie that we're gonna do the next week.
See who can guess it.
Let's see if we can guess it. You pull it out and be like, "Fuck, I don't even know this one."
I wrote it.
All right. Well, fuck it.
Wilford Brimley.
He said Wilford Brimley.
Creator profile.
No.
I'm
It's
just
not
guessing.
Kurt Russell, is it? I think we've already done him, haven't we?
No.
Keith David.
I thought
I
about it.
think we've done Keith David. Maybe not, but for
We may have actually, because I think I remember talking about all of his voice acting roles.
yeah,
We might have done Keith David. I don't remember.
he was the gargoyle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he was Goliath.
Yeah, we did Keith David.
Okay.
They Live. I thought so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I was thinking we did somebody else for They Live. Yeah, you're right. It was Keith David. Yeah.
Well, you couldn't really do Rowdy Roddy. You didn't have a lot.
Right. Nobody cares.
I mean, I care. I just don't.
Not that much. Not as much as Keith David.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah. It's Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell. Karen's dad.
Mm-hmm.
He's
He was my
everybody-
TV dad.
He's everybody's dad, honestly, except for yours. Yours is Bruce.
Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell was my TV dad growing up, for real. I think it's because I watched so many movies where he played like a dad or something.
I did too, though. I remember whenever Soldier came out, which I know that a lot of
It's
people.
off center.
Oh, jeez.
Kurt Russell's off center. The name.
Yeah, that's fine. It's all the way to the other side.
I always do it like that. What are you talking about?
It's always off center.
Always.
First
yeah.
time I've noticed it. Then.
It's always off center. Does that bother you? It's not symmetrical.
He's got some weird OCD thing.
I like doing it that way because I like. Oh, you mean are you talking about the pictures?
No, the pictures are fine.
They're off center.
No,
He's talking about the name.
the name,
Just the name.
the white letters on the pink background inside of the pictures, right
Yeah.
underneath their chins.
Yeah. Glory chins. Look at them chiseled jawlines.
I love Kurt Russell.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and read Kurt Russell for everybody. What the fuck is that? That's a weird middle name. Kurt Vogel Russell was born on March 17th, 1951, in Springfield, Massachusetts, and raised in Thousand Oaks, California, to Louis Julia Russell. I thought I was gonna say Dreyfus. What? How? She's younger than him, I believe.
It's weird math.
Yeah, a dancer and being Russell, an actor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. He is of English, German, Scottish, and Irish descent. Why do they always give us that? Like we care. He's American. Yep. He wasn't born in any of those places. I don't know how.
I mean,
he could do that.
ancestry is important, but more to the individual, not so much.
Yeah, like I don't care. He's American to me. He's an American actor. That's it. Maybe they just say that just in case people want to know. Like, hey,
I
just
mean,
so you're aware.
maybe, I don't know, but
Like, oh man, he could be my dad. I'm Irish too.
no,
No.
No.
Okay.
no, I'm not that deluded. I just remember watching him on TV and being like, man, like I loved him, like I loved him so much.
Yeah.
Still do.
I still do. Yeah.
Yeah.
We watched a lot of Overboard.
Yes, we did.
What's funny is The Thing. Probably not my favorite Kurt Russell movie.
Me neither.
So I love The Thing. It's
I do too.
fantastic
I do
movie.
too. It's
But-
one of my top 10 horror probably.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But like Kurt Russell's got he's got a laundry list of movies that I love.
There's
Yeah.
like three that
I
I,
already
can
know
think
which
of
one
right
I'm
now.
thinking
It's Big Trouble in Little China.
That's a good one.
Escape from New York.
Yep. And Escape from LA. I don't care what
Yeah.
anybody says.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I agree.
It's terrible, but it's
And
good.
then Overboard is like my top three.
Well, I'm just gonna tell everybody now. Mine's Overboard.
Yeah.
Forever and All Day. That was the movie that made me fall in love with the guy. It was the first time I ever saw him. Like,
Overboard's a good movie though.
I loved him so much, and that movie just sealed it for me. So,
How many years?
and that
did
was
it
when
take
him
you
and
to watch
Goldie
it?
Hawn met each other. I think was on the set of
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, I
and
believe so.
I just love it.
How many years did it take me to watch
It probably
it?
took him 4 years. He'd fall asleep every time we'd start to watch it.
Like 12 different times, like over a period of
Should
4
threw a
years.
book at him.
Hey, I still watched it every single time. I don't give a fuck.
All right, his first roles were as a child on television series, including a lead role on the Western series The Travels of Jamie McFeeters in 1963. Russell landed a role in the Elvis Presley movie It Happens at the World's Fair in 1963. When he was 11 years old, Walt Disney himself signed Russell to a 10-year contract, and according to Robert Osborne, he became the studio's top star in the 1970s. You know, it's funny that he's like the first Disney kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he made it out
Yeah.
successfully.
Yeah. Without being diddled or anything.
Well, times were different then. You know, I think
You're
the
saying
corruption.
that he probably did and just didn't say nothing?
No, I'm saying I think that the real corruption started like
After he got out.
yeah. Like by the time the corruption started to seep in, he was too old for those kind of people.
Back then, an 11-year-old was just as likely to probably knock your ass out as a
If it was
full-grown
Kurt
man.
Russell, yeah, probably.
So back then, kids didn't fuck around.
And plus, his dad was in the business.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Having voiced adult Copper in the animated Disney film The Fox and the Hound, he did in 1981.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Man, I have to go back and watch that. I love that movie.
Back and watch it.
Russell is
'Cause
one
you'll
of the
start
few
fires.
famous child stars in Hollywood who has been able to continue his acting career past his teen years.
Mm-hmm.
Kurt spent the early 1970s playing minor league baseball. In 1979, he gave a classic performance as Elvis Presley in John Carpenter's ABC movie Elvis in 1979. I didn't know that.
And didn't he play Elvis again? Like
He was
3,000
Elvis.
miles to
Well,
Graceland
one,
or whatever?
no, he was an impersonator, but yeah.
He did the Elvis part for Forrest Gump. He was uncredited.
Did he?
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Let me confirm that before
Married actress who portrayed Priscilla Presley in the film Season Hubley. Her name is Season Hubley.
Oh, and wasn't he the Elvis in True Romance that you never saw? You just heard his voice.
I don't
Maybe
know.
that's what I'm thinking of.
He was nominated for an Emmy Award for the role. He followed with roles in a string of...
He did the voice
Oh,
in Forrest Gump.
oh.
He wasn't the body. He did the voice.
In a string of well-received films, including Used Cars in 1980 and Silkwood in 1983, for which he was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture. During the 1980s, he starred in several films by director Carpenter. They created some of his best-known roles, including the infamous anti-hero Snake Plissken
Not
in the
True Romance.
futuristic action film Escape from New York, and later in the sequel Escape from L.A. Antarctic helicopter pilot R.J. McCready in the horror film The Thing in 1982, and Jack Burton in the fantasy film Big Trouble in Little China,
That's probably my second.
1986, all of which have since become cult classics. In 1983, he became reacquainted with Goldie Hawn, who appeared with him in the one and only Genuine Original Family Band in 1968, when they worked together on Swing Shift in 1984. The two have lived together ever since, so they met on Swing Shift in 1984. They made another film together, Gary Marshall's comedy Overboard in 1987. His other 1980s titles include The Best of Times in 1986, Tequila Sunrise 1988, Winter People 1989, and Tango and Cash in 1989. Tango and Cash is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
For all its flaws, it's still a good movie.
Yeah.
In 1991, the headline, the firefighter drama Backdraft, 1991, he starred as Wyatt Earp. Oh, yeah, Tombstone.
Mm.
In the Western film Tombstone, 1993.
I still have to watch it.
One of the greatest fucking Westerns of all time.
Yep.
Easily. And had a starring role as Colonel Jack O'Neill in the science fiction film Stargate. Another great movie.
Mm-hmm.
In the mid-2000s, his portrayal of U.S. Olympic hockey coach Herb Brooks in Miracle in 2004 won the praise of critics. In 2006, he appeared in the disaster thriller Poseidon and in 2007 in Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof segment from the film Grindhouse.
Fucked me up.
That was a great movie.
No, I agree, but like that's the first
Like
time.
I love Robert Rodriguez and I love his like filming or a lot of his films, but Planet Terror didn't have shit on Death Proof. Like Planet Terror was a good, fun gore fest.
Yeah.
But like Death Proof was like actually genuinely like terrifying.
Yeah.
It's fucking
Dude, when he came out of the car and I realized he was the bad guy, I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god, because he plays it exactly the same as his good guy roles. I'm like, dude, he could easily be the dad from Overboard playing this guy.
Yeah, like he's got like this
Charisma,
like, he's got
humor.
like this hidden life. that he does
Yeah,
on
and
the
it's like,
side.
oh no, that's why it fucked me up.
Yeah.
Like,
Where was I? All right, Russell appeared in the Battered Bastards of Baseball in 2014, a documentary about his father and the Portland Mavericks, which debuted at the Sundance Film Festival in 2014. Russell starred in the Western films Bone Tomahawk in 2015. Have you seen that?
That is
Yeah,
a
that was good.
great
That's a
fucking
good fucking
movie.
movie. That is a fucked up movie.
Yeah.
And he didn't even have have to shave his face for the next one, The Hateful Eight in 2015.
Oh, yeah.
He had the exact same beard.
And he fucked
both
up
movies.
classic guitar.
He did too.
Dude, could you imagine how bad he must have felt when he figured
Oh yeah,
out-
because
oh
he
my
thought
God,
it
like
was he thought it was just like a fucking
yeah, he thought it was a prop
guitar. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
He was probably like, oh fuck.
I'm so sorry.
He also co-starred in the action sequels Furious 7 and Fate of the Furious. Russell and Goldie Hawn have or live on a 72-acre retreat home run ranch outside Aspen. He has 2 sons, Boston Russell from his marriage with Hubley, and Wyatt Russell with Hawn. Right, if you guys don't know who Wyatt Russell is, he's John Walker from
Wake the fuck up.
He's been in a lot of shit.
He's his fucking dad, up and down with blonde
Yeah,
hair.
for sure. Yeah. Who consider him their
You're
father.
the bad guy in Goon
Oh.
2.
He also
Yeah, he was.
raised Hawn's children, actors Oliver Hudson and Kate Hudson, who consider him their father, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember watching a speech that Kate gave, and she said, "My dad, Kurt Russell," and I was like,
Her
yeah.
real dad must be a fucking loser.
Oh shit, I used to know his name. He's an actor too.
Look it up.
I am.
Russell is also an avid gun enthusiast, a hunter, and a staunch supporter for the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution. He is also an FAA licensed private pilot holding single multi-engine and instrument ratings, and is a honorary board member of the humanitarian aviation organization Wings of Hope. There you have it. So, dude's well-rounded. That's America's dad right there. Oh, right. Favorite Kurt Russell movie? Go.
Tombstone. I'm going with Tombstone.
Tombstone. That's a good choice, honestly.
Yeah, it's
It really
really
is.
great movie.
He's awesome in that too.
Bill Hudson.
Bill Hudson,
Yeah, he was a musician and an actor.
and apparently a loser.
I think he gave up custody.
Is that what it is?
I think, but don't quote me on that.
Anyways,
How do you compete with that though? How do you compete with
You
Kurt
don't.
Russell?
You don't.
You don't.
No, you don't.
Look at that. Look at that jawline. Look at them striking blue eyes.
Like if Kurt Russell's interested in you, then you immediately divorce whoever you're with. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I would divorce whoever I was with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's more like a dad to me, but I'm glad that you feel that way.
I would either go with Big Trouble in Little China or Death Proof. If I had
Good
to.
choices. Good choices. What about you, Karen?
Oh, I already said it's overboard all day long. I'm not going to change my mind.
I'm gonna throw one to the wind here, and I'm gonna say, man, this is hard, but I'm gonna go with Hateful Eight. I really love that movie.
Okay.
I loved Hateful Eight.
I think this might be the first time that all four of us had something different.
Yeah,
Which is pretty cool.
Tombstone's a close one, and
Just
so
shows you
is
the
The
kind
Thing.
of varied,
Yeah.
you know,
I was thinking,
experiences
I was
he's
like,
had.
I'm like, this is definitely my favorite movie. I was watching The Thing, and I'm like, this is definitely my favorite movie.
Nah, it is my
And
favorite.
I got to thinking about it, I was like, but then again, he's got so many good movies. I'm like, thinking about it, I was like, I didn't think about Tombstone, but I was like, Hateful Eight, you know,
And
Death Proof,
while
Overboard,
McCready-
Big Trouble.
While McCready stands out, I think it's only because of like the fact that everybody wants to blame him. I don't think it's because of anything to do with this character. That's
Right.
why, for me, this isn't my favorite Russell movie because all of the characters kind of blend.
Yeah, they
If you
do.
think about it,
Yeah.
they're all kind of blended together, and I think that's on purpose. And then McCready, he just stands out because he's the last, or you think he's the
Yeah.
last. You know, he's
No,
sort
he
of
is
the
the
hero.
last. He is the last.
Oh
So-
yeah. No, I did a bunch of deep dives.
Like on the video game and shit.
Yeah, so here's the thing though. Even though we all think we already know an answer, we don't. Because John Carpenter has gone on record and said that yes, if you pay attention, there is clearly one that is infected. And then he's gone back and said that clearly there is not. They're both human. So there's no clear-cut answer. And then like if you hear Childs tell his part of the story, the only one that hasn't said anything is Kurt Russell, to my knowledge. So
I had heard that the video game is canon to
the video game is canon.
and
according-
the video
well,
game,
yeah.
Childs froze to death, and Kurt Russell, McCready, he made it out alive.
Yes, and they were both human.
Yeah.
So, yes, that is one thing that John Carpenter has said, is that the video game is canon, but then he's gone on record saying both things at the same time. So, you know,
Right.
if you're going to use the director, because the director really should know, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
There's a
Uh-huh.
lot of debate there. So,
But there are some very good arguments for why Childs is the thing.
yeah, like the no breath thing, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm. But then he breathes after.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was
So-
like, so they always show that part where he's like, he's not breathing out any steam,
But then he breathes
but then you
after.
see a little bit of steam coming out. It's like, okay,
Yeah, so it's
And
it's
that- it
one,
doesn't
but,
matter
but that
because-
can be that the argument can be made. It's part of the assimilation. He's figured out that that's a way that, or I say he, but it's figured out that there's a way to figure out.
mimic that.
Yeah, so it's mimicking it, but who knows? I think it would be a total mind warp to say it was McCready, if one of them had to be it.
Well, that we don't know if the thing actually needs air to breathe
I wouldn't think
or
so.
exist. I guess.
No,
Does
I
it
wouldn't
need
think so
oxygen?
because it's a mimic.
It's true.
It doesn't act. It's not actually anything. It's just a mimic of whatever it's assimilated. So it's more like
yeah, but
a
it's made up of a certain organism.
well, just a ball
Does
of
that
Well,
organism
it's made up
need
of
oxygen?
cells.
yeah, it's
yeah.
made up of cells.
And do those cells need oxygen to survive?
Yeah, that's the thing. I doubt it because I mean, obviously,
I doubt it too, but
well, because like if the core organism doesn't need oxygen, then that explains why its assimilations wouldn't either.
right.
You know, so you can think of many different things, you know, that are parasites that mimic that too. So the core group of cells could be
You know
Yeah.
why Kurt Russell survived?
why.
Because he's Kurt Russell.
No, it's because there's no way to mimic that fucking jawline.
You're probably right about that.
Look at that jawline. You can't copy that.
Well, they did.
Huh?
They did.
They did what?
Wyatt. God did.
Not quite though. Not to that perfection.
I don't know, dude. There's like, especially times in this movie, he would turn a certain way. I'm like, jeez, he Pates, it's his son. Lord, have you ever seen Wyatt?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. I remember the first time I saw him too. I think it was on Goon, the second Goon, and I was watching it, and I was like, man, that kid looks familiar. I know that kid from somewhere. Man, that kid looks familiar. Couldn't figure it out. I'm like, fuck it. You know, I gave up. So I started looking up like what he's been in, and I seen Wyatt Russell, and I'm like, a clue. You know, looks just like his fucking dad.
He does.
Hell, he played the younger version.
Yeah, and that show on Apple TV.
Godzilla.
Oh yeah, Godzilla show.
on Apple.
Monarch or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He played the younger version.
What was
Yeah.
that movie we watched with him in it where it was like a military thing, but it was like a horror movie at the same time where they were like
Overlord.
Overlord, thank you. Oh
I
my
had that.
god, I love
It's a
that
good
movie.
movie.
That was a good
It's
movie.
a very good movie. I love World War II shit, and then whenever you throw in like Nazi zombies and shit, I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck yes,
Yeah.
yes. So it was good.
Yeah.
What
I
was
liked
that
it a
one
lot.
that we watched that was on Netflix? It was a war movie.
Don't bring it up because sometime I might pick it.
Okay.
Ghosts of War.
Oh, the one with I know what you're talking about.
Billy Zane was in
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I was a fucking. You haven't seen that one? You should watch it.
Never seen it
I
yet.
know how it ends.
So then I'm not gonna pick it because that's kind of the point.
I know. I was really
Watch it. Watch it. It's fantastic. Am I wrong?
no. The ending would have. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get the.
You'll
ending.
never guess.
I'll guess probably within the first 15 minutes.
No,
of
you
the
will
movie.
not. I promise you.
Let's talk about the movie.
Let's do that.
Okay.
All right. This week we watched The Thing from 1982.
Two.
Karen.
12-man team at a remote Antarctic research station discovers an alien buried in the snow for over 100,000 years. Soon unfrozen, the form-changing creature wreaks havoc, creates terror, and becomes one of them. 1 hour and 49 minutes rated R. Kurt Russell as McCready, Keith David as Childs, Wilford Brimley Blair, T.K. Carter as Knowles, David Clennon as Palmer, Richard Dysart as Dr. Cooper, Charles Howland as Norris, Peter Maloney as Bennings, Richard Mazur as Clark. That's as far as I'm going. I mean, there's like a lot of good actors in it.
Yeah. Alrighty. What'd you watch? What'd you recommend, Jeremiah?
Yes and yes.
I don't even have to say it. Of
It's a
course.
no from
Yes.
Joseph.
100% yes and yes. If you haven't seen this movie, this is one of the best horror movies ever fucking made.
It was my pick, so it's obvious.
Yes and yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to think about
Well, I
it.
don't know.
I'm just trying to
Dead
keep you
Don't
guys
Buy
deep.
was his pick last week.
Yeah, but I've
So?
seen this before.
I've
so-
never seen it, so you can't judge me on that.
Yeah, you can't judge him
So
on that.
fuck off, piece
Now
of shit.
we all have. So
For
you
better or worse.
you don't have
Mostly
to.
worse from the 2.8 that we gave it.
Yeah.
overall.
You don't have
I mean,
to.
I gave it a shitty review, so
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, you don't have to watch it. You did it
don't
for
have
you.
to. I mean, if you want to torture yourself,
Karen and
go
Jeremiah did it twice for you.
Yes, we did. We should probably get a bonus. Don't remember us at Christmas.
for it. You got the best.
He's like,
All right. So Karen, you gonna read it?
yeah, I
It's
can read
not.
it.
I'd like. It looked longer than I. It's not that long.
Which is weird because there's a lot of detail.
There's a
in
lot
it.
of detail in it. So.
That's fine. Okay. A Norwegian helicopter pursues an Alaskan Malamute to an American Antarctic research station. As the Americans run out, the helicopter lands. One Norwegian accidentally drops a thermite charge, destroying the helicopter and the pilot. A rifleman shoots at the dog with a rifle. A rifleman shoots the dog with an Uzi, accidentally grazing George Bennings, one of the researchers, in the leg until Lieutenant Gary, the station commander, intercepts his actions as hostile and shoots him dead.
Right in the face.
Well, and I didn't understand why he had to punch out the glass, open the door and shoot.
I know. He's like, oh yeah, it's like the old west.
Yeah, he we are in Antarctica,
Yeah.
sir.
Now, what are you
Everything
gonna do
is
about
there-
that window down?
Yeah, everything is there to protect us from the elements.
Yeah.
What have you done?
Yeah.
All right. The team decides to send helicopter pilot R.J. McCready and Dr. Cropper to the Norwegian camp for answers, but finds only a charred ruin with the body of a man who committed suicide in a large block of ice with a hollowed-out cavity.
I had questions about this. So this is the only issue that I have with this entire movie. So it literally just happened that day that he was chasing down and then decided, hey, let's go check on their research facility. They get there and everything is literally covered in ice. And I'm like, I get it that caught fire, burnt down, but where did all the ice come from all of a
Okay,
sudden?
I do
quick,
actually have an answer for that, and it's scientific. So
you might be what I'm thinking is the answer. I might know.
it might, but first of all, even though the fire just happened, even yesterday, it's gonna burn out, right?
Right.
But then, of course, heat draws cold. So,
Yeah.
if you ever put hot water in a glass and cold water in a glass
So
in the
essentially,
freezer,
melted snow came down, froze.
yes. So, well, kind of. So, if you put a hot glass of water in the freezer and a cold glass of water in the freezer, watch which one freezes first. It will be the hot every time, because the steam pulls in the cold, whereas the cold's just gonna sit there. And so hot freezes faster than cold, essentially.
Did they think about this whenever they made this movie, or is this something that you like?
I would imagine that they probably
Put a
had.
little bit of thought in it, but
Yeah,
probably wasn't like a,
To me,
oh yeah.
to me, I learned that fourth grade because that was our experiment to do.
Yeah.
So it's something that I feel like is kind of like a normal, because you see it in everyday occurrences too, like in the wintertime, right? If somebody has hot breath, you get the steam. Whereas if you're cold already, there's no reaction in the environment.
See, that's
Right.
where it comes with the Childs and McGreedy. When Childs isn't
Breathe. You're
Breathing-
not seeing the.
well,
steam.
he's been out in the cold.
Mhm.
McGreedy's been in with the fire and everything,
Mhm.
so all that heat is into his lungs.
Mhm.
So when he's breathing, he's letting off all that.
But
heat
you
out
also
of his
see
body.
McCready's nose starting to frost a little bit on the end, whereas Child's isn't showing. Yeah, no, I agree. But that's the difference: is that you can see when something is hot, the environment is reacting to it. When it's cold, the environment doesn't react too much.
I wish John Carpenter would put that much effort into every movie he did. The amount of detail and just his direction on this movie is superior. It's superb.
I know
But
his
like-
number
but like-
one.
But some of the other movies that he's done in the past, I'm like, what was he thinking?
I don't know. I know that his number one requirement to I think his name was Ron Button, the guy that did all the special effects and stuff. Because when they started asking, okay, so this is a monster movie, where's the monster? And he told the guy, he's like, use your imagination, and that's where all the creatures come from. Because his number one direction to everyone was, this is not a man in the suit movie. We're not doing that. I don't care what we do. I don't know where we're going, but it's not a man in a suit. That's why the trailer poster with the guy
Yeah.
and he's got just like the light
Yeah.
coming out of it.
Yeah.
He hated it because to him that was a man in a suit,
Yeah.
and he hated it.
It is stupid. I always wondered the same thing. Like, this doesn't make any sense for the movie. Like that cover poster. The other cover they
yeah,
have
the one with the
with the
faces
twisted
and
face.
oh, there was one that had faces in the clouds, like Alien.
Oh
right?
yeah.
That one I like a lot.
There's
But
another
I
one
do
where
think
it
it gives
just
a
says
little
the
too much
thing, and then
away.
there's like in the ice, and it's like a twisted face,
Hmm.
and that one makes more sense to me. I'm like, that one makes sense.
But it kind of gives stuff away.
it does.
In the
yeah.
end, Carpenter actually embraced the man one because it did a couple of things. One, it didn't give away anything. And two, it shows that whatever's going on here, the face where we all kind of look and we
Something else is
like I
happening.
react to you because of your face, right?
Mhm.
Like I know you're Joseph because I'm looking at Joseph. But what makes you Joseph, your face there, is manipulated, right? Like
Right.
it may look like you, talk like you, act like you, but it's not you. So he ended up embracing it later, but when it first came out, he was like, I fucking hate it.
So some really smart guy explained it to me.
I'll tell you what, though, I did really enjoy that they had the hollowed out ice cavity and stuff because that was pinnacle in the 1951 version because they bring that whole ice block in and then they put it in this room because it's like the coldest room. They don't want it to unthaw. But what they don't realize is that any residual like heat is going to make it in there, right? And so when they find that it's been, thawed enough for it to get out, like, I don't know, it's just a pinnacle part of the original movie.
Yeah.
I found it really cool that they kept it.
And that's also a big part of the prequel too.
Sure, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Outside, they discovered the burned remains of a humanoid corpse with two faces. Mac and Doc Copper return with the humanoid corpse, where their biologist Blair performs an autopsy, finding a normal set of human internal organs. Clark kennels the Malamute with the station sled dogs. The dog itself transforms into a hideous creature and begins
Which
to
was
attack the other
awesome.
dogs. That
Awesome.
flower,
Yeah.
that's like my favorite creature. I don't know
He
why.
like his face like splits open. It looks
Mhm.
like a demogorgon.
Yeah.
Awesome. It
Yeah.
looks so cool.
But if you look closely, like the petals are like dog tongues.
Yeah.
Like I just love the detail of it because it's got like the dog tongues, canine teeth
all the detail
around
and
it.
all
It's
of these
just-
designs are fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
That's one thing the 80s and
we're missing it terribly
yeah,
nowadays.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh, for
the-
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the practical effects in this movie are, whenever I hold something to a gold standard on practical effects, I always think about this movie. This
Mm.
movie is one of the movies that I always think about whenever it comes to what practical effects can bring, like what kind of terror good practical effects can bring.
Agreed.
And this is the movie that I'm like, I mean, that's not my favorite part. My favorite part is the hands thing
Oh yeah,
with
definitely.
the defibrillator. But like,
yeah.
but like it's just
You can't like to me the dog one is the best for looks and detail.
yeah.
But like
And
you
pure
can't.
shock.
Yeah.
'Cause it's the
Well,
first
no,
time
I
you
think
see
I think
it.
pure shock
Well, it's the first time
is
you see it.
the pure shock is the
Is the defibrillator.
defibrillator scene because
No pun
when
intended.
that happens, you're like, holy shit! You know,
Yeah.
the first time you like when you see that flower thing, it's like, oh no.
Well, that was like your first like glimpse of.
Oh,
what's
yeah,
going-
yeah,
You know, and you're like,
definitely.
holy shit! Like
Yeah.
the thing is, so.
But as far as like the rest of the creatures, that defibrillator scene gets you every time. I don't care how many times you've seen it. You're like, nah, I know, thank you. Yeah, it gets
Yep.
you every
It's
time.
awesome.
All right. Clark kennels the Malamute with the station sled dogs. The dog itself transforms into a hideous creature. McCready pulls the fire alarm when he hears the commotion and calls for a flamethrower. Childs incinerates the creature, and Blair does another autopsy, which leads him to think that the creature is capable of perfectly imitating other life forms. The Norwegians' records lead the team to a crater containing a flying saucer and a hole left by the block of ice they suspect the creature came from. Now, this is one of those movies that I feel like does the alien thing perfectly. Because if you aren't careful with aliens in your movie, they come off lame. Comes off schlocky. Comes off too 1950s, I am from another world, take
Yeah.
me to your leader. It comes off way too schlocky. But the fact that they don't, like, spend a lot of time on it, just that, hey, this was its origin, but we've got way too many other, coals in the fire. Now we're more concerned about survival.
Yeah, they didn't spend too much time at
Yeah,
the place.
like
with
it's
the
perfect. It
ship.
gives you enough without going into so much detail. That
They
like
didn't even
aliens
go in
are
the
dumb.
ship. They were just like, "This is the top of it. We're not going in that bitch."
Yeah, it's more so. It's like they don't
The
spend
top
enough.
was even open too, like the
Yeah,
hatch was.
yeah.
I was like, it's so funny because I was like looking at that hatch. I'm like, just looks
Any
like
other
a sub-
movie, any other movie, they would have went in.
Well,
inside.
even still, I'm looking at it. I'm like, it just looks like a submarine hatch. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
I'm like, how? Like, they couldn't be more
Well,
creative
again,
with that.
Again, you look at alien or humans that try to imitate alien technology. If they get too caught up in that, it comes off schlocky.
Yeah.
So I like the practicality of it. I
That's
like
true.
the fact that they just kind of went.
that, and they did
you
say
know-
it's been there for like 100,000 years.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
it's kind of one of those things where I look at it like the less time they spend on it, the better. And I'm
that's
glad.
true.
I'm glad
And
that
they
they
didn't
didn't
show
go
it for
into
very
it.
long or nothing. So.
No, it's perfectly done.
I like the idea of like he could have been thrown from his ship or he crawled out of his ship and froze.
hmm
And I'm like, I'm glad you didn't spend a lot of time on that, and you just
It
kind of like
is-
threw out a couple of ideas.
It is confirmed though, like that he was the pilot.
And he
and
probably
he-
crawled away.
Yeah, he probably crawled away
Yeah,
because
that's what I would assume. Is that.
yeah, because if you think about like the things that they find in the remake or like we saw in the original, the things that they find in there denotes a creature that was both intelligent and piloting its own. So the theory would be that there was something wrong with the ship and that's why it crashed.
Mhm.
But Blair becomes suspicious of the others and withdraws, calculating that if the alien escapes to a civilized area, all of Earth will be assimilated in a few years. Fuchs'
Yeah, it was
secret-
like 117,000 hours or something.
27,000 hours, which
27.
translates to about 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Fuchs secretly tells McCready that he is worried about Blair, and that according to Blair's journal, the creature's dead remains are still active on a cellular level. They warn
I
everyone.
want to stop you. So that 27,000 hours, I love the practicality of that because a lot of movies you watch with these like human assimilation,
Yeah.
they're like, and they'll have the whole world taken over in a matter of weeks. Like weeks seems a little excessive.
Mhm.
You're gonna spread that fast, like
Well, part of the reason that it would take so long for this is the part where it's got to be concealed
yeah.
until a certain time, right? Because like if you get enough of them taking over the world, what are you going to do at that point? But at the beginning, especially, secrecy is number one. So
Could
you've
you
got to
imagine a world like where you've got the people and then like the paranoia that goes with that, and
how many people
not-
would be called crazy at first?
Yeah, and then then you've got like not only the paranoia and everything, but the effects of that. Like whenever you actually find something out, they turn into one of these things.
They do a great job of that in the microcosm of the station. The
Yeah.
paranoia,
Yeah.
all of that stuff
See-
happening on a smaller.
Yeah, could you
Yeah.
imagine that large scale? I mean,
Right.
it would be a hard feat. Don't get me wrong.
That's where I think the alien ship came from. I think the thing basically was taking over that planet and they were trying to escape it,
Yeah.
and the thing got on that ship.
So that's part of the thing too, is that they talk about Blair, especially the amount of DNA and things that he found in there. Because you think about it, like, okay, so for us, when we see those creatures happen, it has parts of other creatures, right? So like when the head falls, when Norris's head falls off the table and he becomes like this weird spider thing,
Mhm.
but the spiders almost look like crab legs.
Yeah.
So it's not exactly a spider. It's not exactly Norris anymore, but it's not exactly a crab either. It's like it's confused in these like transition phases. But again, it points to what Eric's saying, is that we're not the first planet that it tried to take over. We're not
Right.
the first time that this has
And
happened.
so what you're seeing is possibly other life
Mhm.
forms that it's
sort of
mimicked
like at the
before.
end of Terminator 2, where he
With
gets
the
put and he just
T-1000,
becomes all the
Yeah.
different things he's tried to be.
Yeah.
He
He goes into panic mode and
Mhm.
like, okay, well, I use this because
Yeah.
this is
This
is
is
a
gonna
great
get me out of here
this is a
faster
great
or whatever.
escape
Mhm.
mechanism.
Mhm.
So
hmm
like, why not 8 legs to get out of here? you know?
Correct. Yeah. They warn everyone not to share food or drink and to avoid being alone with the creature, which has been brought into a storeroom. Bennings is assimilated by the creature, but he is caught outside by the team before his metamorphosis is complete. Let me tell you, the first time I heard the scream come out of that thing gave me chills for days.
Yeah.
I love that it like they catch it too before it can fully assimilate,
Mhm.
and like you see its hands are still.
And its eyes.
And its
its
eyes.
are
I'm
just-
like-
Completely deadpan.
It's
Mhm.
so cool, dude. I'm like,
Dude, that's one of my favorite scenes.
because they could have just been like, he's fully assimilated. The only thing that you know what I mean.
They
Like,
just know because they caught it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like they just know because they caught it. But yeah, instead they're like, we're gonna give this guy awesome hand prosthetics. And
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, I
Why
love
not
that's
go
probably
one step farther with it.
it's like one of my favorite scenes because of the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
The guy's got like, mechanized gloves essentially, and his eyes are just really wide and dead. And it's just like, man, the simplicity of that is terrifying.
It's like I said, when John Carpenter does it, he can do it good.
True. McReady burns him to death before he can escape. They realize Blair is conspicuously absent just before McReady observes him running inside. They discover he has wrecked all the transports and killed the remaining sled dogs to prevent the alien from escaping. The team subdues him. Well, see, that's funny because I always thought that was the reason too, that he goes crazy and he gets rid of all that stuff because he knows the end result. He saw it on the computer. We're just gonna die here. We're all gonna die here. That was always my reaction to Blair was like, he's doing this because he wants to prevent it from happening.
Yeah.
Right? But according to John Carpenter, Blair was already infected at that point.
See, I don't
believe
I
that.
don't believe that because I like to think that he was still him
Yeah,
when he did all that.
He
and
was
then
assimilated sometime when he was out there by
That's
himself.
what, yeah, and that's why he was like, "I'm better now, man.
Yeah.
I'm better."
Yeah,
You know, and he
exactly.
wants to
I
come
think it happened
inside.
before that because
Yeah, that's
know-
what I'm thinking. Is that like at some point?
yeah, I guess like Carpenter said that he was assimilated before that, and then when a bunch of the actors and stuff were like, that doesn't make sense, he changed his mind. But it's just strange to me that such a great director, who usually most directors know 5 steps in. With this movie, it seemed like he worked better when he was flying by the seat of his pants.
Right? Do you think maybe it was an accident? Like this whole masterpiece of a movie was an accident.
Mm-mm.
Well, I mean, just like he kind of like
No, I think
like
that,
you said, flew by the seat of his pants, but like he made a lot of these like mistakes, what he thought were mistakes, but were actually great decisions.
well, no, I can't think of any like mistakes he made. Just more so like I think to me,
he thought they were mistakes, where we thought they were great decisions.
Oh, like the trailer poster that wasn't really his call, but
well, yeah, like
the one
he
thing
backpedals
the one
on some
thing
of the
he
shit
did win
says.
on was the ambiguous ending
Well, what I'm saying
because
is like,
everybody kept
he
saying like,
he
oh,
backpedals on a lot of things that he said in the past.
oh yeah, no, that's probably dementia. Maybe.
Dementia.
I'm
No,
gonna
it's
go with
because
that.
of all the weed he smokes and all the video games.
It might
he
have
plays.
been, yeah.
He's got a video game coming out.
Well, did you know that him and Russell spent the majority of their downtime playing Pong?
I believe that.
Yeah, like they were just playing video games the whole
Yeah,
time,
probably.
which is fun. But
Yeah. That's all
No,
he does now is play video.
I don't think
games.
it's an accident. I think that over years he's probably changed his mind, forgotten that he changed his mind. So, shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm not too concerned for, because to me, when a movie is this iconic and this cult classic-y and you're going to have theories, right? And most of them point towards Childs. So let's just go with it.
Yeah.
Because at this point in time, you're never going to get a real answer. You might as well go with the answer that makes the most sense to you.
Right.
Right?
I also so it's funny because he's got this game coming out, right? It's called Toxic Commandos, I think it is, and it looks awesome. If it's on my Steam list.
I will
right
tell
now.
you one of the
It's
things.
it's not out yet. It still hasn't been released.
One of the things that I always loved about John Carpenter was not the fact that he was this iconic director, but he usually did his own scores.
Yeah.
And this one he didn't. I have like a whole album of his scores that he never used. Dude was amazing.
Yeah.
Like you talk about an artist, he was an artist, even with the music. Like, oof. Okay. They realize Blair is conspicuously absent just before McCready observes him running inside. Determined to learn who is infected, they discover the blood stores have been sabotaged before they can perform a blood serum test Copper recommends. And the paranoid men begin to turn on each other, especially Windows, the radio operator, and Palmer, the backup pilot. McCready takes charge and orders Fuchs to continue Blair's work, but Fuchs disappears when the power goes out. As the storm closes in, McCready, Windows, and Knowles continue to search for Fuchs outside. When they eventually discover him burned to death, Windows goes back to tell the others, and McCready takes Knowles to check out his shack where the lights have mysteriously come on. On the way back, Knowles cuts McCready loose from the tow line, thinking he has been assimilated when he finds a torn shirt with McCready's name on it. As the team debates McCready's fate, he breaks in and threatens to destroy the station with a bundle of dynamite if they attack him. In the course of the standoff, Norris and Knowles unsuccessfully attack McCready from behind, causing Norris to apparently suffer a heart attack. When Copper attempts to revive Norris by defibrillation, his chest gapes open and closes like a giant mouthful of teeth, biting off Copper's forearms and killing him. MacReady responds by incinerating the creature's body, and then its fleeing head severed before ordering Windows to tie up everyone for a new test. When Clark attempts to murder MacReady with a scalpel, MacReady shoots him in the head in self-defense, killing him. MacReady then explains his theory that every piece of the alien is an individual organism with its own survival instinct that will react defensively when threatened. One by one, he tests everyone's blood, including Clark and Copper's corpses. Yeah.
I love this whole scene.
Right.
In the prequel, I like the way they do that too. How they check people, because in the prequel they say it can't mimic
Metal
Unalive.
objects.
non-organic life. All
They do that in
non-organic
the first
objects.
one.
And so they check like people's like molars and cavities. There's a lot of different things in the movie.
In the first one, they had all these files on everyone because of the military operation. And so they went to the files and they're like, okay, so this person has a tattoo on their upper thigh.
Yeah.
Or like this person has a metal plate in their knee or, shit like that. And that's how they're testing. Which for the 1950s makes sense because it's more kind of archaic. Like, how do you check for someone's like metal knee plate or something,
Right.
Unless you cut them, right? So it's really cool that they kept that feature though. I really do like the fact that they kept that.
A non-organic thing.
Yeah. And that's the one thing that is kind of the teardown for Childs being the one, because he still has his earring in.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I can say is that perhaps, it's learning again. Maybe it took the earring from him while it was assimilating him.
And that was another thing too,
Yeah.
because in the original, or I mean in the prequel,
Prequel.
even they bring that up at the end.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he has an earring or if it's on the
He
other
had
ear.
an earring in this ear, but when she asked him, well, it's how I knew you were human, and is because you had your earring, and you don't have your earring, or did your earring fall out? And he keeps checking this ear, and she's like, it was on the other ear. Then she kills him.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So maybe it learned from the prequel into the.
And it fucks you up, doesn't it, when you realize that?
I
Yeah.
don't know, man.
Um.
Yeah, maybe Childs was like, well, I fucked up before on this earring thing. I better put this earring in.
Yeah, like it's learning, right? Like that's the whole
But
point.
it's not the same organism. Like, it's a different. It's
Well, that's a good
it's
point
not-
too.
But
You know
I
what I
also
mean?
believe that it's all one organism.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Yeah.
a hive mind.
so it would have to
Yeah,
have
hive
some
mind,
sort of
yeah.
telepathic.
Yeah. Like it's all one organism. It all learns together.
That's why it's called The Thing and not Many Things.
Yeah.
It's
Many things.
Many
Could you imagine
things.
if it was called many things? All the things.
All of the things. I'm not interested in seeing that. As the team debates MacReady's fate, he breaks in, blah, blah, blah. When Copper attempts to revive Norris by defibrillation, blah, 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 MacReady responds by incinerating the creature's body, and then its fleeing severed head before ordering Windows to tie up everyone for a new test.
That's where we're at.
Yeah. When Clark attempts to murder MacReady with a scalpel, MacReady shoots him in the head in self-defense, killing him. MacReady then explains his theory that every piece of the alien is an individual organism with its own survival instinct. One by one, he tests everyone's blood, including Clark and Copper's corpses, with a heated piece of copper wire. They are still human, except for Palmer, whose blood flees from the hot wire. Exposed, Palmer transforms and begins mauling Windows,
Did
forcing
you notice
MacReady.
the blood moving
Yeah,
away?
how it moves away.
Yeah, so
And that's kind of goes to what he's saying, is that it's all an organism. All
Yeah,
of them
so-
are alive, and they're all, like you saw the regular blood just staying right where it was, and then pieces
Yeah,
of
the cool thing about it though is, so one of the things that fucked me up is, MacReady killed that dude.
Mm-hmm.
He was human, and they're like, that makes you a murderer. He didn't fucking care.
No. Well, and in
I
that
don't care.
in that case, what was he supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, what do you?
I mean,
do?
honestly.
Yeah,
So,
I'd probably do the same thing in his shoes. And I think any normal person,
Mhm.
anybody under all that stress like he is, would do
anybody in the
exact
same
thing.
position.
I
He
told
doesn't
him back
know.
to fuck up. I said I'd kill you.
Yep.
And he
Like,
proved his point when he
yeah,
shot that dude in the face.
Well, he doesn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. How can you make an educated decision when there is no education to be found?
Yeah.
So, you do the same thing. I don't care what anybody says. I don't
And the
care.
child's like, that makes you a fucking murderer. And he's like,
There's always
"Oh,
that.
well, I'll
there's,
kill you. I'm just letting you know. I'll
But
kill
see-
you.
But see, that goes along with my whole person in those horror or those zombie movies. It's always like, oh, but how could you just kill him? Because
Yeah.
bitch, right?
Yeah.
Because it's
You-
usually a fucking
It's either
woman.
him or me, dude. Like,
Right, like that's the same scenario. I'm sorry, I don't look at him as a murderer. I look at him more like Clark should have sit the fuck down.
Yeah, sit down and shut up.
You don't want to die, and you know you're
just
human.
let me conduct this fucking test, and if you're good, you're good. That's it.
Yeah, just fucking
You have nothing
chill.
to worry about.
Yeah,
Just
exactly. Okay.
Me, that'd be me sitting back like, nah, dude, I'm good. Go ahead, test my blood.
Mhm.
And then whenever you're done, get me the fuck out of this couch. Get me off this bitch.
No shit. Leaving Childs on guard, the others head out to test Blair, only to find that he has tunneled underneath the tool shed. They realize that Blair is now the Thing and has been scavenging the equipment he appeared to destroy to build a small escape craft, which is kind of like on point for John Carpenter's theory. But at the same time, the other things don't make sense. So my guess would be that his tunneling and stuff was more to get those parts after they had been destroyed.
I don't know how long they were in this place, but this motherfucker works fast.
Oh yeah,
He works fast.
well, you'd have to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Discovering that Childs is missing and the station's power generator has been destroyed, McCready deduces that the Thing now intends to freeze itself until a rescue team arrives in the spring. They decide to dynamite the complex, hoping to destroy the Thing. While setting the explosives, Gary is killed by Blair, and Knowles disappears ambiguously. Which is funny because Knowles' death was actually filmed 3 different times in 3 different ways, and each time test audiences laughed at it, so they just left it ambiguous because of whatever they were deciding to do. Which kind of sucks, but
I did like the part where he put his
Grabs
hand
and just morphed into his face.
and it
and
just,
then
then it just goes in,
and then he walks
you
away
see-
dragging it.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, dude,
Blair.
assimilated.
No shit. Blair transforms into a much larger monster and attacks, destroying the detonator. But McCready still triggers the blast with a stick of dynamite, destroying Blair and the base. Wandering through the burning ruins, McCready encounters a returning Childs who claims he got lost in the storm while pursuing Blair. The two discuss their distrust of each other. That was really hard to say.
Discuss their distrust.
And prospects of survival, eventually deciding to wait and see what happens. McCready offers Childs a bottle of whiskey and chuckles after he drinks it.
I wouldn't be drinking after him if I had an idea that it could be him.
Or if you were the Thing, you'd laugh because they did.
Yeah.
Which was always one of the things that I always felt like pointed at McCready. And I always thought that McCready would be a better Thing because you don't, like, after everything, you don't want McCready to get it. Right? But no, all signs point to Childs, so.
If Childs is even the Thing.
Yeah.
I doubt
You
it.
can go back and forth all day long if you want
Yeah, you could. It just depends on where you want to follow it, I guess.
to. Yeah.
All right. Is there anything you guys want to cover?
You remember when he poured whiskey on the chess thing? She was a cheating bitch. What if somebody else wanted to play chess?
That's kind of what I thought. I was like, damn, dude, maybe you might be mad at it now, but you want to play it later. I don't know.
And
Yeah,
then
he just completely ruined it. I was like, well, there goes your fucking entertainment for the next 3 months.
I think my only real big gripe about this movie, and it's not even a big one in the grand scheme of things, but it always annoys me that they've blown up a good 80% of the base, right? And then they're like, oh, here's the generator. Can we fix it? Why? Why are we fixing the generator now? I think 99% of what it powered is gone. Why?
Survival.
That's it. That's all. That's
survival
the only one.
instinct kicking in just to see if there was
That's
something.
really dumb.
Yeah.
I think that just... And I will say Windows, looking at him, I understand why Hyde's dad just wasn't around. He was going through some pretty traumatic shit, so...
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Just observations, but that is the one thing that bugs me is the generator. I don't understand the generator. Why bring it up? It's a small thing, though. Just
Yeah,
one
right.
throwaway line. I don't...
Anything else
nothing.
anybody wants to cover? No? All right. Let's move in.
Let's run out this bitch.
All right. We're going to review The Thing now. Here we go. Jeremiah, what'd you think, man? Or wait, do you want to... We don't have to start with Karen. We've all seen this movie.
It don't matter.
We started with
Right.
Eric because none of us had seen it, and it was
Right.
his pick, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
it
ahead.
don't
You
matter.
can go ahead.
I'll start out. I'll say I'd probably give it a solid 8. The body horror is fantastic. The score is fantastic. It's not really much
Yeah, there's
to
no.
complain. I mean, it's
It's a
I'd
solid
say it's
movie.
probably almost damn near, perfect. I mean, nothing's ever going to be perfect, but yeah, it's. I mean, I'd say an 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Solid. I think for me, I saw this movie. God damn, I don't know when the first time was I saw this movie. I was a kid, and ever since the first time I watched it, it terrified the fuck out of me. Mostly because you're like, who could it be? What could it
Terrified,
be?
and then you're going again.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I loved about it. I
Yeah.
mean, that's why I hated, or why I was so afraid of werewolf movies, but I loved watching them because they
Mhm.
scared the shit out of me.
Mhm.
Like what? That's the whole point of watching a horror movie, is to be scared. And I love this movie. It's like you said, man. It's a damn near perfect horror movie. There's not a lot of buffing. There's not a lot of like padding around the edges. There's no love story. There's no bullshit. It's straight to the
It
horror.
misses that too. From the first one had ladies in the cast,
Yeah.
which is part of the book. The book has ladies and
Yeah.
stuff too, and there was even like a love interest for like the main character in that one and stuff too. But I like the fact that they just, because who gives a shit about love if you're about to die? Like I don't
And
care.
they
you
got
know?
a little bit of that in the prequel too. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a love interest, but there's a woman in it, and
She cares
there's some
about-
of that there. I guess some tension there between her and a male lead, and I'm like, all right, that's fine. Like they don't show like there's not a lot of romantic interest, but you're like there could be,
Okay.
and I didn't like that so much. Like that's why I love this one, because I'm like, there is no women at all in this entire fucking movie. It's all men.
The voice.
Oh yeah, his chess player lady. She
Oh
was a
yeah, and I
cheating
guess maybe the
bitch.
dog could have been a girl, but
Which fun fact, that was Andrea
Adrian
Barbeau.
Barbeau.
oh really?
Adrian
Yeah.
Barbeau. Yeah.
I think she was uncredited. When
She was uncredited, but
Yeah.
her and John Carpenter were married at the time, so it doesn't surprise me either.
But the movie itself, the practical effects, oh my god, man! Like I said, I hold this to a high standard. This movie,
Oh yeah.
when it comes to the practical effects, are fucking amazing.
Mhm.
That whole scene with the hands and the defibrillator,
Mm-hmm.
that scene, I was watching it, and Cody and Crystal were watching with me. I was like, this part's awesome.
Yeah, you're kind of like listening.
I looked
like,
at them
what's
because
gonna
they've
happen?
seen the movie before, but they might
Oh,
not have
okay.
remembered.
Yeah.
I was like, this part's awesome.
God, how can you
And
forget
Cody
that
looks at me
scene?
and she's like, and then looks at the TV, and then his arm's going. She's like, I was like, exactly.
Don't. This is masterpiece right here.
Yeah, it's fucking great. So like, I have nothing bad to say about this movie. The deaths are great. There aren't really a lot of jump scares, and I'm good with that. Like, there's a few, but there's not a lot of them.
Psychological terror.
It's all psychological. Like I said, but then there's the practical effects and all that stuff. Everything about this movie makes me happy. It just makes me happy. I love this movie. I always have. It'll always be one of my all-time like favorite horror movies, like without a doubt. Like I think it's easily in my top 5, if not my top 3. And I love this movie, and I will always love this movie. And it's easily a 9.5 for me. So it's not a 10. Can't be a 10, but it's a fucking 9.5.
It's funny because I have it as a 9.5 too.
Yeah.
Since I can power this thing, I just put my shit in ahead of time. But essentially, because I don't have a lot of bad things to say, just like, okay, the one thing I have to say about the generator, you could chalk that up to bad editing. You could chalk that up to bad writing. You could chalk that up. There's a million different things that could have gone wrong there. But in the end, it's one throwaway line.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do or no bearing on the rest of it. It's not a plot hole. It's not, any of that stuff. The only plot holes you could really throw out there is the ambiguous ending, but I think they're on purpose. They're supposed to make you think. And I think that that's one of the things I love about this movie. It adds to that rewatchability factor because every time you watch it, you're looking.
Yeah.
You're trying
I
to
was
find.
definitely.
Yeah, you're trying to find. Okay, how do I know? How do I know? And there are subtle hints that if you pay attention, you could tell Palmer was the thing. When they're testing the blood, right? There are certain things that happen with Palmer that you're kind of like, oh yeah, it's definitely you, isn't it, buddy? But you wouldn't catch it on the first watch.
I love that
This
freak out
happens-
on the couch though. Man.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
freaking out and shit.
And-
'Cause he's like turning into the.
Yeah,
like,
well,
"Get
I
the
mean, I
fuck
would
off
too.
this
I'd be like,
guy."
get me the fuck out of here. But like, that's what I'm saying is that it's very well done because even if you are a seasoned watcher, you've seen it a million times, you can still watch it and still be like, zoning in on everything because you want to know,
Yeah.
like you want to be the guy that breaks the code or something.
And this is
you know?
also a heavily detailed movie.
For sure.
Like it's not
Mhm.
just like
You're not gonna
they
catch
threw
them
some
all.
sets together.
Yep.
No, this is a detailed movie.
Yeah.
And this place looks lived in.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch the all of the details the first time. The rewatchability factor is there, and that's hard to do, especially with a movie this old.
Yeah.
And then
It's at well, you got to think it's a movie that even to this day, after 40 years,
Yeah.
42, 43 years, people are still talking about it
Yeah.
and still referring to it and still wondering
As the standard.
was Childs
Yeah.
the thing? Like
Yeah.
was he the thing?
you can argue about it all day,
Yeah.
right? My thing too, practical effects, like you said, that people use it as a judgment. Seriously, and we can talk about Savini all day long, and don't get me wrong, he's a legend.
Oh yeah.
But when you come into contact with the thing, there's something about those practical effects that everybody else kind of looks at those and goes, "Am I as good?"
Yeah.
Um,
They hold this guy to they hold them effects to a standard
for
you know?
sure. And then finally, I think my favorite thing is that microcosmic or microscopic, whatever you want to call it, look at this very small group of men and looking at it as, if you were to apply it to the world, the United States, whatever, you can apply those same things. It's a very realistic look at what would happen if this were to happen. What kind of things would you see in humanity? And you see it on this very small scale, but when you apply it to a large scale, it's just as realistic. It's perfectly done. It's well done. The suspicions, the nobody trusts each other, and you have to think about when you're in a place that isolated, the number one thing you have is trust. You have to trust the fellows that are there. That's why there's these extensive backgrounds. That's why there's, so to lose that one thing that tethers you to the real world must be just devastating. And I can't imagine. But they do a great job at conveying it. So that's why I gave it a 9.5. I do not have enough qualms. I don't really have any qualms, but it can't be a 10. So it's a 9.5.
Yeah, there's not much to this movie that I can really say that's bad. I can't think of one thing that actually turned me away from this movie or made me even think for a second like, oh, that's, But I really like this movie. It's got, the horror aspect. It's got the practical effects are amazing in this movie. The gore, the acting is phenomenal in my opinion. I'm at a 9 with this movie.
It's a 9, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a straight 9.
Straight 9.
I called it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. I guess we're gonna go ahead and do our recasting.
Am I going first?
If you want, yeah.
All right.
For recast, we could just go the opposite direction since we do this way all the time.
Give me a
I don't
second.
care. That's fine. Yeah.
Just
I
saying,
don't know.
change it up a little.
All right, so for Kurt Russell's character, I'm going to go with Ryan Reynolds because he's really good at pulling off the horror aspect too. It's not just comedy;
I
he
agree.
can really pull off horror.
Yeah.
Child's character, I'm going to go with Samuel L. Jackson. Dr. Blair, I'm going to go with Charles Durning.
Who's that?
Dog Day Afternoon, World War II. Trying to think what else he played in. Give me a second here. That guy.
Oh, okay. I know who you're
Okay,
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah, mine's filled with people like that too that you don't know unless you,
Um,
which is kind of the cast anyway. So
and then for, shit. Clark's character, I'm actually going to go with Oliver Richter's.
I didn't do Clark.
He's that guy.
Okay.
Plays in Reacher.
Yeah, big dude.
Yeah, big dude from
Really
there.
big dude?
Yep. Palmer's character, I chose. Which one did I choose for him? Rob Riggle.
That's pretty funny, actually.
And then Nowles, I chose as Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Who? Oh, okay.
Okay.
He's just, he could be the comedy relief in a little bit in this.
Yeah.
And then for Donald Moffat or Gary, I chose Liam Neeson.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
That's about where Windows I chose as Will Wheaton,
That's a good one.
and that's where I stopped.
Okay.
That's a deep pool right there. For me, there was no one else that could be R.J. McCready but Wyatt Russell. No one else.
I knew someone was gonna pull that one out. Yeah.
Fuck yeah! You know I'm gonna pull that one. Dr. Blair is Bryan Cranston. Childs is Idris Elba. Gary, David Harbour. Thought he would be kind of good at, being like that leader, but give you that sort of tension and authority. Windows is Angus Cloud. I don't know if everybody remembers, but he was in Abigail. He died from a drug overdose, so like if he was still alive, he looked a lot like Windows.
Yeah.
I was going for the look. Knowles is Donald Glover. Again, I just feel like he could bring. He can be serious,
Yeah.
and he can bring an energy to the role. I think would be good. Palmer is Boyd Holbrook. Anybody remembers that guy? Kind of. The Predator is what I know him from. But he kind of has that sort of like stoner mechanic vibe, I feel, so he was my pick. Bennings is Corey Stoll. I know him from House of Cards.
Strain.
The Strain, yes, he's in that as well. Fuchs is Joseph Quinn. I think that he would be a good pick for that. Norris, the guy with has the heart problem thing. Ethan Hawke, weird pick, but I think he could pull the energy.
Ethan Hawke also knows how to be sideline. He knows
Yeah,
how
and
to
he's
play.
he's got that older kind of thing going for him now.
He was also in
he can be
Magnificent
trusted.
Seven, the remake.
Yeah, he can almost be that background guy that everybody just trusts. Nobody looks at him too hard,
Yeah.
And then Dr. Copper, I actually picked Jeff Bridges because I felt like he kind of brought that era to the movie.
All right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I got. I didn't do Clark.
For Dr. Cooper or Copper, I chose James Doohan.
Who's that?
He played, I think it was Scotty in Star Trek.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That guy.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Yep. All right.
I only did 5 of them. McCready, Travis Fimmel. He was Rathnar in Vikings.
Yeah. Okay.
Knowles, Wesley Snipes. Childs, Sam Jackson. Blair, Bo Bridges. And Windows, Dennis Miller.
Dennis Miller.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny. Yeah. That's a tough one, man. You guys all chose really good casts. I like the Dennis Miller. Wyatt Russell's a good choice to play his dad, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think I gotta give it to Karen. Karen, just keep your fucking duck, man. That's a good choice. I hate you.
I know. And
You win every fucking week. I'm tired of this shit. And we all team up against her.
That's
Men
fine.
rule.
Okay. It's fine.
I didn't even play this week. I'm over here like, fuck that bitch. I picked her. Fuck her.
It's like what did
It's like she's at home like all week, like researching, like.
No, it took me an hour to do it today.
Yeah, she was just sitting on the couch doing it today.
I literally just did it right now.
He's like, I just did it right now.
That's pretty good for doing it right.
Yeah.
It takes me like a while though, because like what I'm looking at, like I always think of like how they looked first, and then who could bring the same energy.
I kind of do the same thing sometimes. I'm like, who can bring that look and that energy sometimes? But also, then other times I'm like, fuck it, I'm throwing this one out the window and I'm going crazy with it. So
Well, and
that's
other
usually
times,
what I do.
to me, the energy is more important. But I start with the looks because it gets me on the right track.
Me, I always go with the comedy route. I'm like, fuck it, I want it to be funny every time.
That's why I brought Kevin Hart, and I really could see him playing as Niles in this because he can be the comedy relief, but he can also be like, oh fuck,
Now, here's a question. If you recast this and you want it to be all funny, would you still watch the movie?
That's
I
why
think it
that's
loses
why I
something.
didn't go
Yeah, that's
all
what I'm
comedy.
saying.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
think
I think I
in
would.
this movie, this it loses something.
Well, of course it does. I mean, it loses. It doesn't matter what you do. Recasting it, you're going to lose something anyway. Whether you do going for a serious route or not. That's why remakes are so bad. Even shot for shot remakes are bad.
No,
Well-
I disagree. There's some that are good. Okay, like this isn't a shot for shot, but Dawn of the Dead. They had the same characters, but hell, they even like changed the gender of the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
There was a male doctor in the first
Right.
one, and then it became a female nurse in the remake. I think casting is what makes or breaks a remake. I really do. I think that if you cast the right people in a remake, keeping the same tones, keeping the same ideas, keeping the same, that is where you make or break it. It doesn't matter if it's shot for shot. I mean,
That's what I'm saying, though.
you
is
got
like
Vince Vaughn. Like, I'm sorry, I don't give a shit what anybody says. He killed it in Psycho. The thing that killed it as a movie was being shot for shot.
Right, but what I'm saying though is if you replaced Kurt Russell with, like, say, David Harbour, would it be the same?
Correct. That's what I'm saying. The recast or the casting of it is what makes or breaks it.
That's what
and
I was
especially
saying.
that's what I'm saying is that, like, okay, so if you bring David Harbour into, is he the right cast? I don't know. I haven't seen him do it, but
it doesn't have the same effect because we know it only with Kurt Russell.
correct. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything. There's remakes out there that have been.
You're saying that it could still be just as good.
I'm
or
not
maybe
saying
better.
that it works for this movie.
It could work.
It's always gonna fail when a
But what you're
movie
saying,
is
though, is
this
that it could
beloved.
work.
It could work. Yeah.
Okay.
When a movie is this beloved, you're never gonna make everybody happy.
Right.
No way. You're
Right.
gonna have some people that are gonna be like, that was a good choice, and you're gonna have some people that go, no, that was a bad choice. What makes it a good remake is when universally everybody's going, hey, that was good, right?
Right.
Like Dawn of the Dead had enough aging and enough people that weren't into it. The problem is that now everybody's into that old film because there's nothing good coming out. People are going back to the original stuff, watching it and going, no, don't remake this.
Yeah.
You know? And
Don't
those
touch
things,
it.
everything becomes near and dear.
Yeah. Just
So-
don't touch it. Don't do it.
Yeah, just don't do
There's
it.
no
So, like,
sense.
how about if you're going to remake stuff, go back and find shit that nobody knows or cares about. Or, I don't know, it's weird, but come up with your own shit.
Yeah. Write your own fucking story.
But yeah, I think casting makes or breaks a movie, regardless of whether or not it's a remake. Regardless, if you don't put the right person in the role, it's
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
always gonna
any
fail.
movie with a good concept can be done good
Maybe
or
I should be a
bad.
casting director. I think I'd be good at it.
Well, I'm saying like you got great movie ideas out there with, poor directors, poor production.
I think
poor
Solar
actors.
Babies need to be remade.
Huh?
I said I think Solar Babies.
I don't
need
know
to
how
be
you
remade.
don't make that with that being just
Really cheesy.
ridiculous and cheesy.
That's what I'm saying. It needs to be a huge comedy.
Yeah, I guess if we made it into a comedy, it wouldn't be bad.
And some of the movies like that, like you're
The
like,
one where they wear rollerblades.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
trying to save
It's
save the
Jason
water.
It's
Jason Patrick
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Jamie
You
Gertz.
watch it.
I did not make you watch it. I told you about it.
You should
you
watch
watch it on your own.
I told you
I
about
think
it.
you can watch it on YouTube for free.
I'd watch it. I used to have like
I could have swore me and you.
I used to
watched it.
like this is what I used to do when I was a kid, right? So I had this hamper that looked a lot like a trunk, and I had this blue and white ball that I would put in the trunk and pretend that was the ball from the movie. I was a little kid.
I could have swore me and you watched it.
I don't think so.
Literally,
You
But
and
I'd
April-
watch it.
literally makes
when
it
you and
rain in
April
a
were
fucking room.
roommates.
Huh?
Literally makes it rain in a room.
Yeah, yeah. I am hot. Oh, jeez. No, that's not what I was talking. Can we stop? My mom's really going to get pissed.
All right.
Sweet ass trivia with Karen.
Check it out, Gemma.
That's me.
I think I've seen it because I'm pretty sure she introduced me
It's
to it.
one of the movies that, like, if you've seen it, it's like in the back of your mind,
All
but
the
you don't
time, like-
think about it all. You know what I mean?
I have movies like that.
I have movies that, like, when I was a kid, and Solar Babies is one of them where it was like, man, if I'd have seen that now, I'd have been like, fucking, what is this?
That's how I
But,
feel
like-
about like Three Ninjas.
But
And
now
shit
I
like
watch
that, You're
it-
like, oh fuck.
Well,
But I
no,
watch it now with
Solar Babies
fondness.
is nothing compared to Three Ninjas.
No.
It's not.
No.
It's not.
Like, one corporation or one group of people.
It's
like,
kind of like what Tank Girl took a little bit from that, from like the water controlled.
yeah,
aspect.
the water
or
is
maybe
controlled.
maybe kind of like Double Dragon.
Oh, it's got that
Maybe
fucking
that's a
weird,
better
uh,
representation. Yeah.
Eh,
Lucas.
I think
Haas,
Double Dragon was.
Yeah, it's got Lucas
Yeah.
Haas. It's got a lot of star power
Charles
in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Herring.
Yeah, it's got a lot of star power in it.
It
really
does.
Did you guys see the Street Fighter casting?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that casting is ridiculous. Look
I'll
it
have
up.
to look it up.
It's stupid how
Is
many like stars are in this fucking movie. You're
Because
like,
they don't have anything better to do.
I'm like, holy no, they got like.
I really think Hollywood is gonna be a thing of the past in, like, I don't know, 20 years.
I think it is too. I think it's gonna die eventually.
You've got all these smaller studios that are doing way better.
either
because
that
they're
or it's
coming
gonna
with-
find a way to conform to what's going on.
Well, I think if anything, Hollywood is going to become not the standard anymore.
Right.
Hollywood might be like this struggling
That's an odd choice.
thing, right? But I think that you're going to see these larger studios coming
well,
out.
the problem with Hollywood is it's alienating itself.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely it is.
It's
It
definitely
absolutely
doing
is.
it to itself.
And I don't understand it, man.
Yeah.
Like, just look around. Anyway.
Yeah, look around. Like, read the room, dude.
Yeah, read
Like,
the room.
yeah.
Exactly. Read the
Well,
room.
It's got some fucking people in it.
What?
The Street Fighter.
Street
movie,
Fighter?
But
Yeah.
I think David Dash. How do you say it? Dashmalin.
Oh, the fucking the
The polka
comedian
dot
dude?
guy.
Oh
He's
yeah,
the polka
yeah.
dot
He's
guy.
playing Bison.
Yeah, that's like a weird choice.
It is, 'cause
this-
Bison's jacked.
fucking huge,
Yeah.
and this dude's like me.
But then again, what's his face played Bison back in the original?
Raul,
Yeah.
Raul Julia.
Raul
Yeah.
Juliet, and he played, and he wasn't.
Well,
a
they
big
just
dude.
used a lot of padding and stuff because he still had that stature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I think you could But there you go with like reimagining and stuff because like Lex Luthor, when they had Nicholas Hoult playing Lex Luthor, that was perfect. It was
I
great.
thought Nicholas Hoult was great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he's great, but he's not. You know,
Some
like,
people were like, "I don't know, man. I don't really care for him." as
No,
much." And I'm
I
like,
thought he
has
was
a
perfect.
Fucking excellent choice.
yeah,
That is the
because
best
if you
choice.
look at Lex Luthor, he's just this very well spoken businessman.
Did you know
who-
originally Nicholas Hoult went in to read for Superman?
Did he
He
really?
wanted to play Superman,
That's-
and then they called him and offered him
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor.
I think he's perfect for it.
Well, I
And I was
mean-
like, why wouldn't you want to be? Lex
Well, I mean, if
Luthor?
you
Yeah, I
don't
think
get
he'd be
the
a better
person for
superhero
you.
aspect,
Yeah, you might as well be the bad guy.
yeah, might as well be the villain.
That's how I am. Like,
I love
yeah.
Nicholas Hoult though. I will watch probably anything with that guy in it.
Like, fuck you,
I
you
did
took
not
my
care
part.
for Nosferatu, but
I didn't watch it yet. So.
and good luck. John Carpenter has stated that of all of his films, this is his personal favorite. He also takes all of his failed movies pretty hard, but the film's initial negative reception disappointed him the most. Not only was it a box office bomb, but critics panned its gory effects, tone, and characters. Vincent Canby, whoever the fuck that is, called it too phony looking to be disgusting. It qualifies only as instant junk. David Kerr wrote that it was hard to tell who was being attacked and hard to care. Likewise, Roger Ebert was disappointed by the superficial characterizations and the implausible behavior, and
Who's that
dismissed
guy? Not disappointed with something.
Oh, I know.
and dismissed the film as nothing more than an Alien knockoff.
I'm glad that we've moved away from
Critics being the standard.
like no, not even just critics, but like critics like Roger Ebert and fucking Siskel Ebert. Siskel
Siskel and Ebert.
Like I'm glad we moved away from like three fucking actual critics, and we moved into a society where I know that like critics still suck, but like we have hundreds of critics now that get on and they're like certified critics. At least this way, you're getting more of a rounded
Well, I
idea.
think what's
Well,
funny
even
is
hell,
that
like Rotten Tomatoes, even the
Yeah.
users. I mean,
Yeah, but then you get the
I
user
will,
reviews.
but I will
yeah.
go from user reviews more often than I
Yeah,
will critics
same here.
because critics are being paid.
yeah,
right?
for sure.
So like to me, critics are right up there with like I don't know, weathermen.
Yeah.
Like you can, I mean, I know that weathermen are being paid regardless, but they're right about the same percentage of time.
Yeah.
The only difference is that weathermen are going off of equipment that's telling them one thing, whereas critics are just going, stupid.
Yeah,
I mean,
didn't
you know,
like it.
like
and I like the reason why I hate that is because critics are like, if it's not like a biography or a fucking some drama or something like that, they automatically hate it. and
yeah,
pan it.
horror movies have been critically panned for
Oh yeah.
for generations. They've ignored this
if it's not what do they call that? Elevated horror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and elevated horror can suck my dick, honestly.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the time it sucks. You know, because the 90% of the time you walk away and go, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah, that's
And
how I
then-
felt about Midsummer.
Well, and then I kind of liked Midsummer.
It was
I
good. It
did.
was very uneven. It was very unnerving. But at the same time,
Unnerving.
I'm like, I mean,
Movies like that have their place. The ones I'm talking about though are ones like, what was that one where the girl was making stop motion?
stop motion.
Was it called
Yeah.
stop? I fucking hated that.
I
Like
didn't
when
watch it
when it
because-
was over, I was like,
yeah.
and then if you ask people, they're like, yeah, they ain't got it. It's shut the
Don't
fuck
say
up.
that. Never say that about a movie.
I mean,
If I don't understand it, there's something wrong with the movie. Not
It's
me.
it's not. That's one way to look at it.
I mean, I'm
No,
serious. Like, it's not
It's
me.
not
It's
so
your
much
fucking
that
movie.
no, it's not
it
so
shouldn't
much
be a think piece.
when it comes to horror movies and you try to make it smart. I instantly hate you. Go make a fucking drama or something. Like I want horror to be horror. I want it to be
Yeah.
scary. I want it. I want it to invoke something inside of me
This is why I love monster movies.
that creeps me out,
Mhm.
right? And like what I found out about myself is like what he and I were discussing when we watched the thing was I've always said supernatural horror was my favorite.
Mhm.
I think it's isolated horror. Thinking Alien.
Yeah.
The Thing.
The Descent.
The Descent. Well,
'Cause
that's
it's very-
also
It's
claustrophobic.
uncomfortable and
Well, there's no escape. That
Yeah.
to me is the terrifying part,
Yeah.
right? Because like in horror, in paranormal, I used
how
to
can
think
this
that like
end other than badly?
yeah, I used to think that like in paranormal it was the ultimate because like how do you fight a ghost? But there's always somebody you can call, right? You can always call somebody.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you can call somebody and they're gonna come in and they're gonna help you somehow, right? But like 9 times out of 10, the best horror movies are the ones that end like this.
Yeah.
There's no hope.
You don't
There's
know.
no way
It's
out.
ambiguous, kind of.
Yeah. There's no way out. There's no. I mean, like it's just the ultimate in horror. And I think that is really my favorite. My favorite.
I
genre.
never asked you guys. Have you guys seen Cobweb?
Yes, we did watch that. Yeah, we watched that one, didn't we? I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
It came out in 2019, I think. And
The name sounds familiar.
That was the one with the house, right? And the kid, right?
yeah, the boy
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the two parents.
Yeah, we
and-
watched that.
So
Oh, I
we
remember
watched
it.
that for the first time the other night. Me and Crystal did, because my buddy was like, "Hey man, have you seen this movie?" I said, "No." He's like, "Well, it's like #1 on Netflix right now because it just got added or some shit." I'm like, "All right, yeah." I was like, "I'll check it out." I said, "I know what movie you're talking
Remember,
about."
she played the mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we watched
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, we watched it.
So we watched that, and I'm glad I watched that movie because that was one of those movies that was creepy. I didn't know where it was going.
Mm-hmm.
It was simple, nothing crazy, a little bit over the top, kind of like in a Malignant way. But this came out before Malignant.
I hated *Malignant*.
I love Malignant,
I know we've
Malignant.
discussed.
but Malignants.
Fuck that movie.
But like it reminded me of that in some ways, but like it just was such a good fucking freaky ass movie. It didn't end like it dies, nothing like that. It just, and I was like, that is a good. That's what horror is right there. Like give
I
me
liked-
some creepiness, give me some like good death scenes, and that part where they open up that little door. And you see her eyes and her smile is like, oh, that's fucking sweet. dude.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the kind of shit I like.
Yeah, I like in the same vein. Oh shit, what was it? I just lost it. It was in my brain and now it's gone. Fuck. I'll come back to it, I guess.
What's that?
Well, I just liked it because it was one of those things where you're like, she's behind the wall. You don't know if she's real or if she's fake.
The
and-
people under the stairs.
Yeah,
that's
like,
a good
and
one.
then you're seeing the parents and how they're acting, like what's going on. But then you realize, no, she is real. And then all these things like come out about it. And it's just I was like, that was a good fucking
You
movie.
like the fact that you have this very paranormal storyline happening.
But then at the
But
end,
then at the end, you've got
you're
this
like,
practical.
no, it's very practical. This
Mhm.
thing is very much real.
Mhm.
And yeah, I like
Okay,
that about it.
like okay, not exactly the same thing, but this is what I was thinking of: the Babadook.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. I love that fucking movie. I know that it's one of those like,
Crystal
like,
fucking hates that movie.
I love
but it's
that.
because it scares the shit out of her.
It's a
y-
good movie.
It's good.
Like my only
And I
gripe
love
is
the
that
fact-
annoying ass fucking kid.
Well, yeah, everybody hates the
Oh,
kid, but
yeah.
that's on purpose.
I realize that, but I don't want to listen to it.
But I
That's
love
why
three.
where I was with the movie. I'm like, this kid is so terrible that I don't even want to watch this movie again.
But I kind of love the ending where it made it sort of practical in a way that it was, not exactly, but it was more like a play on a very deep grief that
Right.
you were not processing,
Yeah.
essentially because the mom just never had time to process it. So she takes this book, it becomes the personification of her grief. And I loved it. I mean, I love that movie. I don't usually like that kind of messaging in my horror, but it was terrifying, right?
It was well made. in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, it was very good. Anyway, okay, and dismiss the movie as nothing more than an Alien knockoff. Carpenter was particularly upset with Christian Nyby, the director of the original The Thing from Another World, publicly denounced Carpenter's version, saying, "If you want blood, go to the slaughterhouse." All in all, it's a terrific commercial for J&B Scotch.
There really isn't a
No.
lot of like blood in the movie though.
No.
Not like an over amount.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the problem is you can't really listen to the other directors of the other movies. And I'm not saying because you shouldn't respect them, but there's always going to be an amount of personality.
Yeah.
They have
They're-
their
you
own
know,
different views on
Yeah,
it.
they're gonna look at their creation. That's part of them as a creative type. That's what you put yourself into your creations. So he's gonna take it personally, right? The good ones are the ones that are gonna be like, man, I thought I did perfect, but you know what I mean? Like you can respect your creation while also elevating another person's.
Yeah, for sure.
They say it was essentially a commercial for J&B Scotch.
Yeah. You've seen it twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In an entire hour and
He
49
references
minutes.
drinking a couple of times, but like
He's like, I just want to go back to my shack and get drunk.
Yeah. In response to the commercial bombing of the film, the studio canceled the multi-picture deal they had with Carpenter, who noted that his career would have been different if the film had been successful. Not surprisingly, he was extremely relieved when the film enjoyed a rich cult success following its home video release, along with the critical reevaluation it received.
I just don't think that people were ready for it.
I agree.
Early 80s, like this kind of monster, like this sort of thing.
Well, you think about that kind of gore and just
it had never been seen.
Well, it was, but it was in like straight to video. It was the things that horror hounds were watching.
Yeah, that's true.
It was the things that, like, you think about Fright Night,
Video drone.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
you think video
Shit
drone.
like that.
Yeah, those were the things that us horror people were begging our parents to rent for us.
Yeah.
And then Carpenter comes out with this, widely theatrical version of it, and we're all going, yes! And everybody's going, no!
And
I mean, it's the same.
I think that comes generationally too, man.
Mhm.
It's crazy because, like, if you think about it, it started with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Well, started with Psycho. Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out. People were like, "Holy shit, this is something completely
completely
outrageous."
different.
People were walking out of Psycho throwing up.
Yeah.
And you see how tame that movie is compared to what
compared
we
to
have
now.
now.
Mhm.
Like that's what people are doing with like
Well,
they're doing
I
that
could-
now with like the
You
Terrifier movies.
you could
They're-
make the argument that Psycho was more about the psychological
You're right.
because the boy next door,
Yeah.
right? The boy next door.
But
was
what I'm
carving
saying
up
though is
women.
like movies come along and they revolutionize what we see horror in
Mhm.
horror. And right now you've got, I know that you guys may not think so much, but like a lot of people are seeing Terrifier do that with wide theatrical
Listen,
releases.
I love the first one.
Right. No, I'm just saying like as like generational
My son is
horror.
going to be Art the Clown this year. He begged for a movie grade Art the Clown costume.
Oh yeah.
So that's what he got for Christmas last year. And we were going to wake him up with the horn. But he woke up first, and then I just handed it to him. It's like covered in blood. His outfit's covered in blood. Like he begged, didn't he? He begged. I need to have. I want a
He
movie.
just got the
He even got the sunflower
Oh, does he?
glasses. He
Yeah.
went to we went to Spirit
Spirit,
Halloween,
he's
and he
seen
begged
it.
me for the sunflower
Oh, yeah.
glasses.
That's what I'm saying though is like that's the movie because I know that
I
we've
will
seen,
I will encourage it all
yeah,
day long.
well we've seen movies like that before in the past obviously, but
Mhm.
never on a wide theatrical release.
Mm-mm.
Not like this where the girl literally got filleted. And you know what I mean? Like it's just like he took
Where
a
you're even
chainsaw to a guy's
in the
dick.
second one, you're going like, even as a horror nut, you're like, she's dead.
Yeah.
Stop.
The third one, you're seeing that guy get chainsawed in the dick, in
Yeah.
the ass, with a chainsaw.
Well, it was gonna be fair. The first one, she got it through the vagina.
Right?
I mean, we got to have
So-
equality.
That's what I'm saying. Is like these movies are just progressively getting more.
She got it with a hacksaw. I'd rather a chainsaw all day
Oh,
long.
I know the first one. Yeah, she got it with a hacksaw right
like
down.
it's manual as fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Like that's
Ugh.
the worst, dude. That's going slow.
You're gonna
Like,
die
give
of
it a
shock
chainsaw.
long before you
And
bleed
somebody
out.
like everybody's looking at it like, oh, I think I'd take the hacksaw. No, you wouldn't.
no, you wouldn't.
You want the chainsaw? It's quick.
yeah,
like-
you want the chainsaw. He's gonna be about 3 seconds in before you're like,
Yeah, you're dead. You're bled out
yeah.
or died of shock, whatever.
Yeah. All right. Toby Hooper was originally slated to direct and co-write the film before John Carpenter was attached. Okay, buckle in. Hooper's version would have been drastically different from Carpenter's version, featuring an alien that did not shapeshift or assimilate, and following an Ahab-like creature named the Captain, who
Who had
goes
a
on
leather face and a chainsaw.
who goes on an epic quest to find and kill the thing. The film would have served as its own film and as both a remake and a sequel to the 1951 film, with little influence from John W. Campbell Jr.'s novella, which Hooper openly found to be boring. Hooper also wanted the film to be a horror comedy with slapstick humor. It was pitched as a swashbuckling action-adventure type, a modern-day Moby Dick, set not in the ocean, but at the bottom of the world, Antarctica. Producers Drew Turner and Stuart Cohan were appalled by this pitch and the script and fired Hooper, with Cohan later saying, "We avoided a disaster. It would have been one of the worst movies ever made."
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
agree.
fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what he says. Toby Hooper was not a good director.
No, Texas Chainsaw, the original, was an accident.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
100%.
It has become a tradition in British Antarctic research stations to watch The Thing as part of their midwinter feast and celebration held every 21st of June.
I think I've heard that before.
Could you imagine being in the exact same, like,
Yeah.
we're really watching this as entertainment, y'all?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to bed tonight a little bit paranoid.
Yeah. Somebody comes in to ask you, what the?
Yeah. Give me the flamethrower.
Yeah.
You got like a bottle of hairspray and a fucking lighter. I will light your ass up.
The words spoken by the pilot on entering the camp are actually understandable for Norwegians. Albeit broken Norwegian, the line goes, "Si til helvet og kom verdir vekk, det ik," and I don't speak Norwegian, if you couldn't tell. And beak det anslags ting der emitter en beak der ik verkling kom der vekk idioter.
What you say about my mother?
This translates to "get the hell out of there. That's not a dog. It's some sort of thing. It's imitating a dog. It isn't real. Get away, you idiots." The film was considered a benchmark in special effects. The effects were created by Rob Button, who was only 22 when he started the project. The blood test scene was what convinced John Carpenter to make this film. He was also adamant to create a monster movie where the creature wasn't obliviously played by a man in a suit, something that had bothered him somewhat while watching Alien. For the scene where Dr. Cooper's arms are severed, a real-life double amputee stand-in was used, wearing a mask in the likeness of Dysart. The audience focuses on the bloody stumps while the mask goes unnoticed, which I found amazing. I've watched this movie I don't know how many times. I've never noticed that the dude was wearing a mask.
What dude?
The guy with the arms, like it was a double amputee that played, like when he does this and comes back with no arms.
Really?
Yeah, and they just put a mask on him that looked like the actor.
Really?
So you don't pay attention to the mask. You're
'Cause
looking, at the arm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Like-
seen his face being a little weird.
Did you?
Yeah.
I've never noticed it. And all the times I've ever watched it, I'm always focused on the holy shit,
Yeah,
you know?
that's crazy. It
But
probably
it's
happened so fast.
it's funny because, like, you know, as a director, you're taking a risk, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, us as the audience, we're not paying attention to
No,
that shit,
yeah,
you
I'm
know?
not.
Like, it's a very calculated way, I guess, to do it, but it pays off.
It probably happens so fast too that you're like you don't pay attention. To
Sure,
it.
but I mean, it's calculated, but it works, you know? Kurt Russell is always fascinated with directors who are able to make a group of people standing around a table and talking interesting to the audience. Cut to years later with Russell working with Quentin Tarantino for Death Proof and The Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
The casting of MacReady proved to be difficult. Many A-list actors met with Universal and read for the role of MacReady, but nearly everyone turned it down. Nick Nolte was the top choice, immediately rejected the offer, and the role was turned down by Jeff Bridges, Tom Berenger, Christopher Walken, Scott Glenn, Roy Schneider, Chris Christopherson, Sam Shepard, Jack Thompson, Tom Atkins, and Don Johnson.
You know, I was just thinking about who was it
Jeff Bridges.
to play who?
MacReady. MacReady is the one we're talking
I think
about.
he would do okay. I don't think he
Honestly,
could pull
yeah.
off what Kurt Russell could.
I
though.
think
I could
Nick-
have also seen Chris Christopherson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Nick Nolte would have been fine.
Mhm.
Same as Jeff Bridges.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think any of them could have done it. Really.
Yeah, I think that Kurt Russell does the best, obviously,
Yeah.
right? But like, yeah, I agree. Well-
It definitely would be cool to see Jeff Bridges in a movie like this because I don't think he's ever really done any major horror. Not that
No, I
can
don't think I
of.
can't think of any
Not that I
either.
can think of.
Yeah.
Anyway. I could be wrong, but
I-
like
I-
for him,
Yeah,
like
look, because I can't think of anything that Jeff Bridges has done that would be
not
considered horror.
Yeah,
Like Harrison Ford, I would think of What Lies Beneath,
yeah.
things like that. But
Yeah.
like, yeah. Screenwriter Bill Lancaster wrote the script with Harrison Ford or Clint Eastwood in mind for the lead role, and both received offers.
I don't know about
The
Clint Eastwood.
Vanishing.
Yeah, I was going to say The Vanishing.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Wasn't he
Or-
the good guy though? I don't think he was.
I've
Was he the
never
bad
seen
guy?
it.
I don't think he was the bad guy. I thought he was the.
It's The
Nah, it's just
Vanishing.
him in a horror movie.
Arlington Road.
Just him in
Oh
a
yeah,
horror.
Arlington
Oh,
Road.
yeah,
I forgot about
remember
that. Yeah. But I don't know.
Bad-
Was he the bad guy in
Times
that?
at the
then?
El Royale.
I thought that was
I don't think he was the bad guy in that.
No, he was the
No.
priest in that. That wasn't really a horror movie anyway.
No, I was really kind of
which one?
Bad
bad times at the El
at
Royale. Remember I watched it? I told you don't worry about watching it.
Chris Hemsworth in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Basically,
kind of
they were a
forgettable
cult,
movie.
and it was-
Yeah, it's kind of forgettable.
And then the thing about it was like the cult was the big reveal, but they didn't really have a lot to do with anything. It was-
Another one says Cutter's Way.
But was he the
1984.
bad guy though? Is the
No,
thing.
I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
don't think
well,
he's
we
ever
were just
played the
saying a
bad
horror
guy.
movie in general.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arlington Road, I forgot about. Although some of the aforementioned names showed interest, namely Christopherson, Shepard, and even Ford, nearly everyone turned it down due to their issues with scheduling, filming in the extreme cold, and/or appearing in a B movie. Producer Stuart Cohen recalls the only person who genuinely seemed enthusiastic about the name. Kurt Russell was hired as a last resort effort on recommendation from Carpenter, as Universal was initially skeptical that he was too young and pretty to play the rugged and brawny MacReady. However, with principal filming to begin just a week away and with B-roll already shooting, the studio helplessly hired Kurt Russell. The film skips an extra layer of dread and urgency that is present in the original short story. Unlike the film where Blair destroys the communication, the crew in the short story had to constantly report back to base pretending that everything was fine, resisting their urge to call for help. This is because, in reality, stations in Antarctica must be in regular communication, as otherwise a rescue mission would be dispatched, which was precisely the scenario that characters in the short story wanted to avoid. Could you imagine? That's a whole level of...
Yeah.
Oof.
now you kind of know why Blair destroyed all the.
Yeah, no,
medications.
his motivations make perfect sense to me.
Which is why I don't think that he was the thing before.
But there again, I mean, I don't know. It works both ways.
I
but
guess it does.
It works better
But
with
the
him
way it was
not
acted
being,
and perceived in
yeah.
the movie, you're like, there's
It's
no
much
way.
better with him not being.
Yeah.
Until later. In the video game tie-in, it is revealed that MacReady survives and is picked up by a search and rescue team while Childs freezes to death. John Carpenter has stated that the game is canon. According to an apocryphal story first reported on Reddit in February 2013, when asked about the ambiguous ending of the film, John Carpenter responded that he never understood how there could be any confusion about whether Childs or MacReady are human or not, because the last scene shows Kurt Russell and Keith David staring each other down, harshly backlit. It's completely glaringly obvious that Kurt Russell is breathing and Keith David is not. John Carpenter's film is a much more faithful adaptation of John W. Campbell's original novella, Who Goes There, than The Thing from Another World, 1951. For example, in the 1951 version, introduced female characters, including a love interest for the hero. This film, like the original story, has no roles for women. Also, the use of a heated length of copper wire to check the blood of the characters to see if they were still human or not was directly taken from the novella. Another theory also points to Childs as the Thing. The most popular piece of evidence is the bottle of scotch MacReady hands Childs at the end. MacReady had been throwing Molotov cocktails throughout the camp earlier, and it's said that the bottle was filled with gasoline as well. The Thing, not knowing what alcohol tastes like, drinks it, while Childs would have spat it out. Going further, the music swells as Childs drinks, the music having been another indicator of the Thing's presence throughout the rest of the film. Exhausted and having already accepted his fate, MacReady watches the camp burn, unable to fight. Either way, it's bleak as fuck. Director John Carpenter endorsed The Thing, the 2002 video game, in which Childs and Mac were revealed as human, as canonical to the movie. However, on the 23rd of November 2012, he tweeted, "Yes, one of them was a thing." So fans are no closer to an answer either way. That's it. A lot more than I usually do, but I felt like
whatever
it.
you want to believe.
Yeah, I think it's funner when, as a fan, you kind of look around and go, this is what I believe based on what I, had. You can throw your evidence out there. You may get your mind changed. There's been many times you and I would be talking about something. I'm like, hey, that's a good point. I leave it alone and I move on and I agree with you or don't,
Yeah.
And it happens. So I think that, if you're a fan of the movie, just believe what you want and make your point.
Yeah.
I like the ending that Childs died, MacReady lived, and that was it. But
I like the fact that the game is canon.
I do, yeah. I do
But
too.
at the same time, if it had never been made,
You're right.
I'm okay with the ending as it is.
All right.
What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
As in your dome piece.
Yeah, my dome piece, or up my butt, one or the other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it out of my ass. So next week, I was really up in the air about two different movies that I wanted to do. I was up in the air about Sinners or Strange Darling, because Strange Darling was my
God,
favorite.
that's such a good movie.
That was my favorite horror movie from last year,
Mhm.
and it was actually my favorite movie from last year. That movie is an absolute fucking masterpiece. At least it was for what we get nowadays. That movie was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But Sinners is my favorite movie this year, like, hands down. And it is a good fucking movie, and I loved every minute of it. And it's just so well done. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Sinners because mostly because I want to watch the movie again.
HBO Max.
So I want to watch the movie again, and I'm happy to watch the movie again. And I was gonna watch it. I've been wanting to watch it again, and I'm like, but I didn't know if I wanted to do it for the podcast, and I'm like, fuck it, you know what I mean? I'll just go ahead and do it for the podcast, and I'll be able to watch it.
I'll be honest, I love that we did Barbarian that one year because that was really fun. Even though all of us ended up being like,
yeah, I was a little mid on it. It's one of those movies I need to go back and rewatch.
I do too. I really, really, really wanted to love it.
Yeah, I do too.
But
it was just one of those movies where I was like, but I mean, there was supposed to be some comedy to it, and
it wasn't the comedy that got me. It was this
more than anything,
convoluted story.
Yeah, I think more than anything with Sinners, I want to see what you guys think of it.
Sure.
Because I absolutely loved every minute of the movie. I absolutely loved it. I loved the music. I loved everything about it. So I'm interested to see how you guys feel about it because there's a couple of scenes where it took me out of it a little bit, and I didn't like that. So I want to see what you guys think of those moments. I'm not going to mention them because I don't want to put any ideas in your heads.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, next week we're going to do Sinners, and in my opinion, best movie of the year. So yeah.
All right.
Michael B. Jordan and a bunch of other cool people.
Yeah.
And a lot of blues.
Yeah.
I like blues.
Blues. And not just blues, but also southern, I would say, bluegrass.
Ooh, that's my bread and butter.
So there's some bluegrass in there too. And man, whenever, so it's not a musical. I wouldn't say that because that'd be weird to call it that. But
you just imagine a bunch of post.
Yeah, it's not what it is. But
I can't brush my teeth.
Yeah, it's definitely not that. But there's parts where like the vampires sing, or a vampire sings, and like they play their music, and it almost feels like it's trying to tread that line of that.
The way you're describing it, I don't think I'm gonna like
you
that.
You will.
But,
trust me. It treads a good line. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy it, especially just how the music plays into the movie so well.
Okay.
And especially with the blues and everything, and the overall tone of the movie, it's just so well. In the ending, God, all right, I need to quit sucking its dick. So next week we're going to do Sinners.
Put that cookie down.
Yeah, yeah. From this year, and I'm actually I haven't bought it yet, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and buy it, and I'll have it in my collection because I absolutely love this movie.
Okay.
So it's made it into my top list of horror movies of all time.
Okay.
So next week we're gonna do
a rebel.
All right, we're gonna do Sinners. Check out them socials. Jeremiah's posting dick pics on our socials now, so if you guys want to see that, come check it out. He gets a lot of heart emojis. So, yeah. You have no idea. Karen's a lucky woman.
I am.
He's like this. It's huge. I don't even know how she does it. She's a fucking champ, dude. Champ. There should be awards for people like Karen.
There should be.
You know, about how much just she can take.
Put that cookie down.
Eric's like, I've heard enough.
Eric's like, I'm gonna puke over
enough.
here.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
All right, next week we're gonna do Sinners. Don't forget about the socials. Get on there. Check out Jeremiah's cock. And
Bye.